Hi there. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Fred Macedo and I'm here with my friends Camila, Rosangela, Rosalie, and Ruben for another Gospel at Home. Before we start, I'll invite my dear friend Rosangela to make our initial prayer. Please, Rosangela.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Thank you, Rosangela. I pick a random theme of the Gospel according to Spiritism, the book we follow. The night's theme is Blessed are they whose eyes are shut. My good friends, why have you called me? It is so that I might place my hand upon this poor sufferer here and heal her. Oh, such suffering! Good God! She had lost her sight, and darkness has come upon her. Poor child! May she pray and hope. I do not know how to perform miracles apart from the will of the good God. All the healing I was able to receive, and which were pointed out to you, may be a tribute only to the one who is the Father of us all. In your affliction, therefore, always look to heaven and say from the bottom of your heart, My Father, heal me. But may my infirm soul be healed before the infirmities of my body. May my flesh be chastised, if need, if need be, so that my soul may ascend to you with the whiteness it had when you created it. After this prayer, my good friends, which the good God will hear, always hear, strength and courage will be given to you, and perhaps also the healing that you have only timidly asked for as recompense for your self denial. Nevertheless, since I'm here in a gathering that deals with study more than anything else, I will tell you that those who have been deprived of their sight should regard themselves as the blessed ones of expiation. Remember that Christ said it is better to pluck out your eye if it is evil, and that it would be better if it were cast into the fire than be the cause of your perdition. Alas, how many there are on your earth who someday in the darkness will curse having seen the light. Oh, yes. How happy are they who in expiation have been struck in their sight. Their eyes will not be a cause of scandal or downfall. They can live the life of the souls completely. They can see more than you who see clearly. Whenever God allows me to open the eyes of any of these poor sufferers and restore their sight, I say to myself, Dear soul, why do you not know about the delights of the Spirit that lives in the contemplation and love? You should not be asking to see images that are less pure and less sweet than those that have been given to you to behold in your blindness. Oh, yes, blessed are the blind who want to live with God. They are happier than you who are here, for they feel happiness. They touch it. They see souls and can soar with them in spirit realms that the predestined of earth do not see. The open eye is always ready to cause the soul to fail. The shut eye, on the other hand, is always ready to enable it to reach God. Believe me well, my good and dear friends, blindness of the eyes is often the true light of the heart, while sight is frequently the dark angel that leads to death. And now a few words to you, my poor suffering woman. Have hope and take courage. If I were to tell you, my daughter, your eyes shall be opened, how joyous you would be. But who knows if such joy would not lead you to loss? Trust in good God who gives happiness and allows sadness. I shall do for you all that I am allowed. But you, in your turn, must pray and especially meditate on everything I have just said to you. Before I leave, may all you gather here receive my blessing. What can we say about uh, this passage? Just a moment, please. I think that uh, this passage says about tells about uh, my camera is almost falling. Just a moment for me to. Okay. This passage tells about a woman who is blind, and the spirit is saying that she's more happy in this way because she cannot fall because she can see. What does this mean? Let's think about ourselves. Each and one of us have have limitations in life. Hmm, maybe I am not as good looking as I wanted to be. Maybe I'm not as rich as I wanted to be. Maybe I have an illness, a disease. All of these things work in our behalf, in our favor, because these limitations prevent us from doing bad things. If I am poor, I'm not rich, I cannot indulge to temptation. I cannot buy people. I cannot um, um, lose myself in a lot of bad attitudes, bad actions. That's why all our limitations are God's favor, because before we reincarnate, before we live here in earth, we are in the spiritual realm. And before we was born, there 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 was a very detailed planning of our lives. So who would be our father and mother, where we would be born, um, our jobs, ev- the main things of our lives were set. So in this life, we live as we were in a board set with the I'm making an analogy with chess. If we are a tower, if we are a pawn, the queen. So our importance, our the role we play is not important. The most important thing is what we do with what we are and what we can do to others. So if I'm simple worker, I can be the best worker. If I'm a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, I can work my edges, work my imperfections to do better every day. Sometimes I will mess up, I will do bad things, but the most important is not our mistakes. The most important thing we can do in life are our effort to do better, to be a better version of ourselves. This is the most important thing. This is why we live here in earth, to perfect ourselves from the atom to the archangel. This is our path. One day, billion years maybe, we will be a planetary Christ, just as Jesus is now. That's why he said to us that all of us could do what he had done and much more, meaning that we are always progressing, and this way is just up. And when we do mess up and do bad things, we cannot go back. We just we are stationary, and we will work all these edges that we left behind. That's why we have countless lives before, and we will have countless life after this one. So let's make the most of this life. Thank you all. Please, Rosanja, make our final prayer.
We thank the good spirits who have come to communicate with us and ask them to help us put into practice the instruction they have given us. We also hope they will ensure that each unfold us at the end of this session is fortified in the practice of good and love for our neighbor. We also wish these lessons may be useful for the suffering, ignorance, or vicious spirits who we aid to attend this meeting and for whom we implore the mercy of good. God bless you
Thank you all.
all.
God bless you.
Good night.